guys, it's me being Bree. Welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new, I should probably say hi, welcome. It's nice to meet you. Today is that serious topic video. I'm looking at my computer right now and I haven't uploaded in a month because I understand what YouTubers say now when they're saying like, oh, I've spent so long trying to make this video. I've literally been working on this video for so long because I've been like trying to find the right words to say to you guys about this topic because it is so serious. So if you want to stick around, this topic is going to be about my eating disorder. It's going to be me being more open, which is hard because like I'm a very like secretive person, like very private. So it's hard for me to be open about things I'm struggling with, but that's what this video is going to be about, me being honest with you and letting you know what I'm going through so that hopefully I can help people who are going, through the same thing. So if you're interested in that, keep watching this video. If not, I have tons of like, I won't say tons, but I have other videos you can watch, and there's going to be fun stuff coming up. So if you're interested, let's get on to the video. I have binge eating / like restrictive eating disorder. I feel like it's an eating disorder that's thrown around like very like just generally, and I feel like a lot of times, I'm not like trying to judge people, but a lot of times when people say like, oh, I binge eat, they're like not talking about the real eating disorder, because binge eating is kind of like an eating that's out of control, a feeling of like not being like in control of your own body when you eat. So the first thing I just wanted to talk about is go through the symptoms, and I'm going to link this website, the Mayo Clinic, in the description, so you can go back and read some of like the treatments and the symptoms just in case you think you might have it. So it's eating unusually large portions of food in a specific amount of time, usually over like a 2-hour period, feeling that your eating behavior is out of control, eating when you're full or not hungry, eating rapidly during binge episodes, eating when you're uncomfortably full, eating alone or in secret, feeling depressed, disgusted, ashamed, guilty, or upset about your eating, and frequently dieting, possibly without weight loss. So I display all of these things, which is like, it is what it is. I just want to break it down just really quickly and go through it. So eating unusually large amounts of food in a specific time amount. This can look like just basically preparing for a binge episode. So me knowing that I'm in a period where I'm going to eat a lot and having food to prepare, like to prepare for me to eat all of it. So that can, you can probably add up calories. If you're eating a whole pizza, that's a crap load of calories. If you're eating like a bunch of candy bars or like Pop-Tarts or like Oreos that you stash and you're ready to eat, that's what a binge eating period can look like. It can look like a lot of the foods that you like that you might have bought for the specific purpose of eating a lot of it. It can also look like just eating a lot of the stuff that's in your house. It can look like me going to get a bunch of snacks, maybe eating a whole container of chips and then eating a whole container of goldfish and then making myself like 2 sandwiches and then like eating a bagel, like just eating a lot of food, even when I don't feel like it, even when I'm not hungry, even when I'm full, eating past the point of being full to the fact where I feel, sick, physically. So that's kind of what that one's talking about. Feeling like your eating behavior is out of control, eating alone or in secret. I don't like eating in front of people. Most of the time I'll do certain rituals where if people are eating, I'll try to match them. Like I'll try to match what they put on their plate. I'll put that amount. If they're eating at a certain speed, I'll try to eat at that speed. Unless they're eating really fast, I try to eat slowly now. I'm kind of a slow eater because I like trained myself to stop eating fast. I kind of try to like mirror what other people do when I eat because I don't really have like a healthy eating like pattern with food. So I kind of like disguise it when I'm around people because I don't like eating. It can look like sneaking food into your room, which sometimes I do, and just feeling disgusting with yourself because you can't really control, it's not just a thing of not having self-discipline or not being self-motivated. It's just actually feeling out of control of your body and your mind because you're constantly thinking about food. That's literally all I think about. I wake up and, before I got on this medicine I'm going to talk about later, every second of the day was me thinking about food. Every second, like not even exaggerating, every second thinking about food, which just causes you to feel like, you know, like depressed and sad because you can't think about anything else. I mean, you're looking at your body morph into something you don't like. You're losing your self-esteem. It's just like, it just sucks. So those are the symptoms. For me, I noticed that it was hidden by sports. I didn't know that I had an eating disorder because, I mean, my weight gain has been consistent my whole life. I used to be smaller. I go to the doctor and I would just gain weight, but it was kind of small and consistent because I was active. I have written down in my notes, I was hidden by sports. I mean, I was in marching band, I swam, I danced, I played volleyball with my friends, I was in basketball, I played tennis. So literally, I've always been such an active kid that this eating disorder hasn't like shown up because I've always been active. So it kind of like was balancing out almost. So I didn't realize I had an eating disorder until COVID hit. So this is going to be the part where I insert the story of the instance of maybe some things that I should have maybe hints that maybe I had an eating disorder that I didn't really pick up on because I didn't like know at the time. So the first thing is when I had a lot more restrictive eating cycles with binge eating disorder, where basically in the 7th and 8th grade, I was getting bullied really bad. Like my whole life I've been bullied. But in 7th, 8th grade, it was like really bad. And honestly, in stories coming up, I might open up about that. But I was getting bullied really badly. But it had gotten to the point to where I had felt like maybe if I wasn't as big or like, I don't know, I just had some connection of like, maybe if I am not eating as much, then people like won't bother me. Maybe if I do this, it'll help. And just because I wanted to lose weight, I had low self-esteem. So I remember I had a journal, and I probably still have it, of like calorie counting. I would down to the condiments, you know, sauces, drinks. I would avoid like regular sodas. I started drinking diet everything, no juice, because we had switched in my house from like no drinking juice because we like drink that a lot, but just down to like everything. Like I just wouldn't drink things that had a lot of calories. I wouldn't use certain sauces if it had a lot of calories. I'd measure out sauce to make sure I was only using a certain amount, which is kind of hard because I kind of still do that stuff, and I don't really know if that's like not healthy. But that's a lot of the restricted eating, because I would basically in a day, I think my calorie count is probably like 1,500 to try to lose weight, 1,200 to 1,500. That's the goal anyway. And back then I would have days where I would eat like 400, 500 calories in a day. And the sick part is I would feel so accomplished if I could do that. But then the next day I would probably overcompensate and eat so much more than I usually would, even just during a binge eating period, because I had restricted so much. So it was like a cycle, because when you restrict, when you binge eat, it gets worse. So that was one of the signs I should have known. And the other sign that I should have known that I just didn't have a healthy relationship with food was a time, and I'm gonna tell you this story, and honestly, I don't think I've told this story to people in my family or to friends. I don't think I've told anyone this story. Or if I have, it's been like a handful of people. So basically we were in marching band, and we would have times where away games, we'd get food from like different places. And this one day we were getting Panda Express, and everyone was super excited because we weren't gonna have like garbage food. Like we're gonna have like food from somewhere that we liked. So it was cool. And I remember that day, like I had breakfast. I kind of had a bigger lunch, like I ate lunch, and we were all excited and like overeating, because if people didn't get what they ordered, then we could take it, and they'd like tell us seconds for certain things. And I just remember I ate to the point where I felt like stuffed, and I felt guilty and ashamed that I had ate that much. And I just remember for some reason the thought occurred to me to like go in the bathroom and make myself throw up. And I think that's probably like the lowest like I've ever been, because it didn't click to me that maybe I had an eating disorder, but it did click to me that I didn't have like a healthy relationship with food. Those are just two signs where I feel like those are the only big indications I think that I got before COVID that I like should have noticed. Other things would be little like hiding food in my room, or like sneaking out late at night to eat, stuff like that should have been an indication. Span, I think it was, I didn't go back to school. We left for spring break, as many of you knew, and we didn't go back to school. And that was my senior year of high school and my first year of college, my first whole year of college. That's just a span of like when COVID hit for me. It's different for everyone. But within the span of probably 3 months, I gained 40 pounds. And I felt awful because I know the scale was going up and I couldn't stop eating. And I tell myself I gained 10 pounds and I was like, okay, I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to start working out. I have to stop eating. And then I gained 20 pounds and then I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have to stop here. I'm going to start working out. I have to stop eating. And it was just this cycle because I couldn't stop it. And that was just really hard because I went through a period where I've already had self-esteem issues, but they just got exponentially worse. Like I can't even I don't want to get emotional. I can't even describe like how I felt about myself when I gained that weight and when I just couldn't control my body and I felt like I was a prisoner in my own body. That was like, and then you gain weight and you think everyone can see it. So I didn't even want to hang out with my friends because I was like, everyone's going to see that I gained a crap ton of weight and that I look different. So that's when I realized I had an eating disorder because of COVID, because we stopped being active. I stopped going to school, obviously. And you stop, walking around, burning calories, maybe playing sports with your friends and like exercising. So, and it's just hard because, social events, you hang out with your friends. What do? You go out to eat. After maybe you go down the river for the summer. Then afterwards, it's where are we going to eat, guys? We're hungry. And it's hard because fast food's around every corner. You can try to make healthy decisions, but like when you're at a Chick-fil-A, it's like, are you going to choose that side salad with your burger or your sandwich? Or are you just going to like have fries or macaroni? It's just hard to make healthy decisions when it's just convenience all around you to just like eat whatever you want. So that's hard. Now to the fun part of the video, and you saw it in the title, what I started to do about it. So I'm still trying to find like the right remedy to help with this eating disorder. What I did a couple months ago is I went to a weight loss clinic, and I know people have mixed opinions on it, which, it's valid. You're valid in your opinion. For me, I just needed to understand that I felt so disgusted and I was just out of control so badly to where I felt like I had to go. I had to do something drastic because I needed help outside of myself because nothing I was doing was working. I don't know how to portray binge eating as something that y'all can understand, like how powerful and like how debilitating it was for me, because it literally stopped my life for like a span of like months. And honestly, if I didn't have my parents to like pick me back up and like keep me accountable, like I was just going down a path of destruction because I just was spiraling. Like a eating clinic, a weight loss clinic, because they have a drug called Phentermine. And I had saw some videos online about women who went on Phentermine, and maybe some guys, because they heard that's like a miracle drug. And basically it's a stimulant. It makes you lose your appetite. It makes it easier for you to like make behavioral changes. But the only thing that's bad about it is it can cause like heart disease or like, high blood pressure, like stuff like that. If you stay on it for too long, or it reacts for certain people. So, but I had to get on something. It wasn't going to happen without it. So some of the side effects I had were like dry mouth, dizziness, appetite loss, which is what I wanted, the appetite loss. And it wasn't terrible because dry mouth, you just drink more water. Dizziness, they told you like drink chicken broth, which I never did. I just dealt with the dizziness. But the one thing I wanted to mention that no one tells you is that when you get on Phentermine, it can react with your other mental health issues or your other medications. So I was on Phentermine and it was helping my appetite, but it was reacting with some of my mental health issues. So I was sad. I was sadder. And I was talking to my psychologist, and they were like, if you continue to be sad, like, you can't continue being on that medicine. Like, it's not going to be good for you. So I just wanted to make that note, because some places will list it. Like on this website, I'm also going to link it down below. It says severe mental changes are rare, but for me, it was a mental change that, like, as the dose went up, my mental started changing. But it just talks about all the things, you know, what to be aware of, just in case you end up on this medicine. It'll tell you, like, the risks. And if you're at a good clinic, they'll check your heart. They'll tell you if you can even go on it, and they'll check it periodically. But that's what I did. The weight loss clinic itself was not very helpful. It recommended keto, which I'm done dieting. I have done keto before. I lost 15 pounds. I gained it back. That's what dieting does. There really is no diet that's going to, like, fix your problem. At the end of the day, for me anyway, it's calorie in, calorie out. So I have a fitness watch. I track how many calories I eat in a day versus how many calories I burn. And if you have a deficit, a pound is like 3,500 calories. So you have to burn that much to lose a pound without, like, water retention and all that other stuff factored in, and periods for girls and other diseases that can keep you from losing weight, like PCOS and, like, thyroid issues. That's what I am doing right now and trying to work out to lose weight. I am currently not at the clinic anymore because I got diagnosed with a mental disorder that's going to cause me to have to take another stimulant. That's not trying, you know, not for the purpose of losing weight, but it's just something I have to go on. And one of the side effects is going to be appetite suppression. Right now, I'm just in the place where I'm just trying to figure it out. So that's kind of me with my eating disorder. Just trying to figure out how to have a healthier relationship with food. I want to lose the weight that I gained from COVID, but I also just want to have a healthier relationship with myself. Because when I was smaller, I wanted to lose weight. Like, there's never been a point in my life where I've looked at myself and just been like, you're beautiful, you're fine where you're at. I've always wanted to lose weight. So I kind of want to make it to where the goal isn't necessarily weight loss, but just me being a healthier person. But that being said, I mean, I'd like to take y'all along for the journey. I want to start posting content of, like, healthy food, what I eat in a day, maybe, like, clothing hauls, you know, like, just stuff that's going to make me feel better. And then more random stuff, because I'm a pretty random person, so. And I'll put one Bible verse in here, because for me, and I know, and I don't want anyone to be offended if you're not religious, but for me, I just know that nothing is going to be possible for me if he's not present in what I'm doing. And I really like this verse because it basically just says that we're not going to be tempted, like, beyond what we can bear. And it just shows me that with his help, with God's help, I can overcome anything. And I'm just trying to tell myself that, live that, breathe that, and just rely on the support of my friends and my family, to try to get through this period of my life where, you know, if you go through this, some days you wake up and you feel like, oh, like, I'm beautiful, I got this. And other days you wake up and you just want to crawl back in bed when you look in the mirror, or you just don't look in the mirror that day. You don't want to look at yourself. So I don't get emotional because, yeah. So if you made it to the end of the video, hi. Thanks for watching. Do all the things, like, comment. If I don't disable comments, I might disable comments for this video. I haven't decided. Share the video, subscribe, you know, it's free. You can always unsubscribe later if you don't want to be subscribed, because it's free. Lord knows I'm not charging you anything to watch my videos. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.